I'm Carolann. Welcome to Yoga House. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to work on balancing Pitta. For those of us who are either afflicted, as I am, with Pitta dosha, it creates an awful lot of fire. And from fire is energy, and energy left unchecked or unbalanced, well, it kind of causes a little bit of issue. What we're going to do today is start to balance that. And I've chosen a Yin sequence because, oh gosh, Yin just resonates with me so much. It's helped me on my healing journey. And for the Pitta dosha, what you're going to find is that it's going to leave you with a completely different taste of yoga if you've never tried Yin. And it's also going to help ameliorate some of that fire that you got going on, and hopefully bring you to a place of calm and one of balance. So without further ado, what I'd like you to do is get yourself oriented on your mats. I've assembled some of the studio here so that you can kind of enjoy the full bore Pitta ambiance between colors. Buddha, he's masked today, chairs for comfort, some shawls. And what you also want to make sure is that you have a block, a blanket if that's your choosing, as well as a small cushion. So with that, let's kind of get oriented to our environment, take a couple breaths in, and what we'd like to be able to do is start to melt away where you've been. Get rid of your to-do lists, all the demands everybody has for you, your project plans, your grocery lists, all that. Well, let's just put it aside and kind of breathe in. Take 3 breaths in. We're going to pause and really focus on our exhale today. So let's kind of pull it in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. And we're going to exhale for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, inhale for 3. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Let's exhale for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent. What we're going to do is we're going to just start right on out. The very first thing with Yin is Yin talks about the poses somewhat as shapes, and a lot of them have animal shapes. The first one we're going to do today is called butterfly. And you're going to see that it has a lot of, grab your block, has a lot of, I'm going to say similarities between somebody called Kohler. And with that, we're going to, Yin poses also hold for a minimum of 2 minutes. We're going to do 2 minutes today because any longer than that, and I think you might really, really not necessarily want to plug in anymore. And it works much better in an in-person sort of environment at that point. Okay, you got yourself a block. You may want to lift your hips up a little bit. Sometimes just the use of a pillow helps do that. Got your block. You're going to put the soles of your feet together and pull your shins in. Now, if you don't necessarily get full extension and flexion to the ground, you can use one of your blocks here. One of your blocks here. You can also use a pillow. Just make yourself as comfortable as possible. For this, what I like to do is kind of place the block. The block comes 1, 2, 2, and 3 for sizes. I like to put it on the highest volume. And what we're going to do is take a great big inhalation breath, and we're going to start to hinge at the hips and start to feel the juiciness in your hips. And the pose starts now. What you may find is that your ocean breath, the Jaji breath, works very nicely. And based here in Cocoa Beach, we kind of like to look at it as you're riding the surf. So pull the ocean in, and then exhale through the back of your throat, as if you're riding the waves. Breathe in, exhale. If so inclined, you can put your block down to the next level and see if you can just marinate a little bit more in the pose. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in. And you've got 30 seconds, so if you want to just push that edge just a little bit more to see how far you can take this, now's your chance. Surf in, ride the wave. In. Gently start to release yourself. Put your hands in front of you. You can push yourself up. Yes, that was butterfly. Now, at any kind of pose in Yin, we're going to do some counter poses. So this is going to be windshield wiper legs. You can put your feet in front of you at a 45-degree angle, hands behind you, and we're going to push our legs from side to side. We're going to do this for a couple movements. What this offers, and I think you're going to find out right now, is a very good counter posture to the butterfly. Okay, next on our docket, and I think you might particularly like this one, we're calling it straddles. Very, very intuitive. We're going to put one foot, the left foot on the inside of the right. You can point your toe down or flex your foot up, and what you're going to do is extend your body out. Now, again, cushion under your rump. Block. You can start at the high level here, go down to the next level here, or you can just simply go to the very last one. Sometimes I like to start out on the high and rest my third eye on the block just as a point of relaxation and surrender. But wherever you start, just be mindful. We're going to be here for 2 full minutes, and that breathing in and really riding those waves of the breath out is incredibly important. So let's get in. 1, 2, 3, up. And we're down. Thirty seconds. And let's start to release. How about we do the next side? Bring your feet together. Bring right leg, right foot on the inside of the left thigh. Either pull your toes up, flex your foot, and at inflection, what we're going to do, breathe in and up, and nice down. We'll be here for 2 minutes, so kind of enjoy this. You've got 30 seconds to go. If you want to push yourself just a little bit further, now's the opportunity to explore and play with what your edge is. Edge is the point of discomfort that you can work through, but never pain. Time to rise. Thank you. Feet together. Let's push them out. Okay, one more portion of straddles is side to side. This one's somewhat important to put something under your hips to give yourself a little bit of lift. The block really comes into play now. What we're going to do is we're going to feel it in our groin area, but the idea is not to overstretch at all. If this is as far as you can make it today, that's as far as you're going to make it today. Sometimes this works fine too. So, okay, what we're going to do is breathe in and exhale. We got 2 minutes of finest mustering time right now. 30 seconds. Ride the waves. And prepare. Sit up. Put our feet together. Counter pose again. Let's windshield wiper. 1. Try and get yourself a little bit of a twist in here. This really helps with the liver meridian, as well as the gallbladder, our good friend the spleen. Those fabulous organs that sit in our solar plexus. Now, just to transition, we're going to put ourselves in child pose for just a minute, just to kind of reset. So back and down. Watch out your breath. At this point, will help you settle in even further. And 10 seconds to release. Put our hands under our shoulders. You want to give yourself just a little bit of a cat-cow, just to kind of open your spine up a little bit. We're going to push ourselves down, supine, and get into Sphinx. Now Sphinx here is absolutely fabulous for the kidneys and keeping in tune with Yin. What we want to do, and Pitta, is to ameliorate a lot of that adrenaline that you've got going on with adrenals as well as kidneys. So let's set ourselves up for Sphinx. And if so inclined, we're going to be here for 2 minutes. So Sphinx might work for you. If not, There's always seal, fully extended, which if you've got any issues with your lower back, might not necessarily be the smart choice today. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with Sphinx, and should you want to go to seal, the option's open to you. So make sure that your arms look like number 11s and that your fingers are right angles facing one another and your hip bones are nice and secure to the earth. So breathe in and exhale. Gaze downward. Keep your shoulders down. Keep your neck strong. Out of your spine. Hold your core. Push your hips into the earth. You've got 30 seconds. Should you like seal? Excellent opportunity to brace out, extend your arms, keep your shoulders down, and push up high. 10 seconds. You got this. And release. Let's release to child's pose. Whoosh. Let's do this for about a minute. Five seconds, and release. One of my favorites, all-time favorites, for Pitta as well as for hip openers is, in Yin, it's referred to as firelock. We also call it square. So it's kind of, whenever you refer to something as square, the geometry becomes very important. So what we have is, let's put the left leg down first. And put your foot at a right angle, and then put your right foot on top of your left knee and your right knee on top of your left knee. So right here, if this is uber uncomfortable, please put a pillow under your hips, or what you can do is flatten out and do one leg at a time. So we're gonna do both sides. So you can do left or you can do right. I prefer that you start with the left. It is Yin, feminine side. So we're gonna start here. We're gonna be here for 2 minutes. If you have a block, you can bring your block down like this. And let's go. Bend over. Kind of feel the stretch. You're gonna feel a stretch right back here in your hip joints, both of them. Just give them adequate love. We've got about 30 seconds more, so if you want to push any further, finding what your edge is or finding where the pose's edge is, just one more. Down. In 10. 9. and release. Release by pushing yourself up from the floor with both hands. Okay, that was great. Let's try it the other side. Okay, right leg, right angle. Left leg on top. Got yourself some nice alignment. Remember geometry? Looks like a square, doesn't it? Okay, block out. We're going to lean over. One up and down. 2 minutes of your finest. Breathe in. Again, any pain, back off. This is all about you. This has nothing to do with me, and it has everything to do with where you are at this point in time. It's all about your practice. .30 seconds. A little deeper if you choose. And 10. And release. How's that? That's probably going to be the most aggressive one that we do right now. Now, to counterbalance that, what you always have to do is let's do some windshield wiper legs to make sure that we get that. You can really, really feel that. Feel the twist in your waist as well. Oh, wow. Now, that was the most aggressive that we're going to do. I think what we should do is kind of get ourselves in a nice position because we're going to do some happy baby. There's nothing that says, hey, I did the worst, now I'm going to really enjoy myself. So with that, let's assume the position. We're on our backs. Feet at a right angle. Grab the outside of your feet and start now. Feel the gravity. Bring your thighs down to your mat. And if you don't have that today, that's just fine as well. Just rock back and forth. Really kind of groove in your baby. And one of my favorite things to do is as you get towards the last minute of happy baby is to just become maybe petulant baby and really just enjoy yourself. If you remember looking at babies in their cribs, or if you have a baby in the crib, just see how they kind of play with their toes and are entertained for hours, as hopefully you are now. Okay. With that, breathe in. You have about 30 seconds. 10. Feet together. Extend out. Now, a critical portion of the Yin practice is to integrate everything that's gone on into your nervous system. We'll do a little bit of Shavasana at the end, but this is our final pose, and what it is, it's a supine twist. We're going to twist on both sides, and the aspect of this is so that your nervous system can integrate all the great work that you've just done in your hips. Gotcha? Okay. Okay. Excuse me. Let's start with our left side in, right leg down, right hand, left knee, and start your twist. We'll be here for 2 minutes. You can extend your arm out as well as your gaze. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Okay, let's get ready to release that. Hand to the ground. Turn back on your back. Bring your legs straight. Okay, it's time for the right side. Right leg in. Left hand over. We're going to start to twist this direction. Breathe in. Breathe in. Got ourselves 2 minutes of fun twisting time. If you think about the organs that are on this side, this is your liver's just loving this, as well as your gallbladder. Back side of your body, including your kidneys, shoulder, very nicely grounded on the mat. Gives yourself a really good twist in your entire core. Breathe in and breathe out. Ride the wave. Feel the energy on your body. Got about 30 seconds. Okay, let's release. Release your hand into your back. Bring your leg to the ground. Guess what? You're in prime time for Shavasana. So why don't you just spread on out, relax. Got yourself a pillow? And how about a blanket? Want to take a sip of tea? We got that as well. Close your eyes. Start to relax. Why don't you imagine a beautiful waterfall coming, cascading over the crown of your head. Imagine the waterfall as it begins to cascade crystal blue water down the length of your body. Feel the cool water and refresh your skin, your tissues, your organs, and your cells. Visualize this water rinsing away any preconceived ideas regarding the way you think you should be or what you think you should be doing. Feel the water wash away expectations and demands. Keep your mind on the waterfall as you experience the flow of life and feel your heart submerged in refreshing bliss. Allow yourself to relax in this visualization and come back to it a couple times today, just to remind you of how much rest you had. Thank you. Be sure to drink some mint tea today. Aromatherapy. Mint is absolutely wonderful and refreshing for our Pitta, as well as jasmine. So if you want to fill up a cotton ball or two, you can just put them in strategic places around the house or burn a candle or the office. With that, please take care of yourself. Make sure you be curious, you be mindful, and be kind. Thank you so much for being with me today. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.